Well. I just got put back to bed right now. It's 2:21 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that would be like Pasadena, California, USA. So it's a bittersweet taste. Bittersweet meaning to say the sweetness comes when I'm lifted out of bed and put into Bertha, that's the name of my wheelchair, and I can mobilize myself at a slow pace, but I'm able to. I had promised this guy, they call him Sarge. He said he lost both of his AW amputated from the knees down at Afghanistan. So I had promised him a soda Mountain Dew, but he wanted one in a plastic bottle. And I've been asking personnel right here, and they told me they were going to provide one for me. I told them I would pay them. So the other day, I remember that I had ordered some Mountain Dew. I have in my closet. So one of the personnel was here, so I told the personnel to take it to him. So the personnel told me that Sarge, Sergeant, he's a gunnery, master gunnery, was at the hospital. I said, "Oh, is he coming back?" "Oh yeah, sure he is." So he's back at home. So I was in. I didn't want to depend on that individual that I gave them that soda to take to him when he gets here. So I took it upon myself to go there and give it to him. That's the sweetness of it. I came into my room, and like I said, I have a view to the outside the patio, and I see people moving in their wheelchairs with ease. My wheelchairs are a little bit smaller than the other ones. I'm gonna use an illustration right here. Say the regular wheelchairs, the height are that big. Mine are this big. So in order for my arms to reach right here, you know, there'll be no hassle. But on my wheelchair, the uh, the wheels are a little bit lower, smaller. So I have to way deep like that and barely move. Okay, so it's a struggle. As opposed to the other one, having the same position. See how easy it is. So the bitter comes into the part where I see other people even moving themselves with the use of their legs. Okay, I see people walking. That's the bitter part to it. That's the bitter part to it. The bitter part also came in the end when my CNA is then. Oh, forget about that. When he said, "Are you ready to go to bed?" I said, "Oh, I don't want to," but he said, "What time is it?" He said, 2. I said, "Okay, well, let's do it." Person gets out at 3 o'clock, so let's do it. Because I told him I don't like nobody else to handle me, but by people that know how to handle me. It's not a it's not an easy task. It's not a hard task either. It just takes normal normal common sense. And I like to give them stories whenever I can. Throw my 2 cents into the story. I said, "Oh boy," I said, "I feel like a little kid." I said, "Why?" He knows my MO, my modus operatus, that I shed a tear or so once in a while, more often than none. feel like a little kid, I said, because I feel like I'm outside playing ball, baseball. The score is 1-1, and I feel like I can make that winning run. But there's certain rules that must be applied, and that means that mom's gonna call the little kid up to come and eat. Dad is here, and he wants everybody at the table. So the kid said, "Oh, come on, mom, just no, son. Dad wants you at the table. Daddy wants you, everybody at the table. That's the way we eat. I'm not hitting a home run here. I'm not gonna make the running run. Daddy's not. I don't have to be eating with daddy at the table. I can eat if I want to. If I don't, I just don't eat. But the rules applied to me that I cannot sit. Oh my goodness! I just thought about something. That I cannot sit in a wheelchair for an extended period of time because I develop bed sores. They try to cushion the wheelchairs as much as they can and whatever, and but it's still, if I'm not cushioned right or whatever, I develop bed sores. The other day I extended it, I think for 8 hours, because I was enjoying myself outside. I enjoy myself today. I got a cup of shrimps and dried shrimps. I got a cup of noodles. What else? Oh, I got some graham crackers. This lady likes to give people things out. And she goes said that, I remember, Teresa, from Vietnam, I remember your shirt. One time she was asking for a shirt and nobody had. The laundry was closed and everything was around 10 o'clock at night time. I want a shirt, I want a shirt, I want a shirt. So I said, well, give her one of my shirts. You know, it's actually the facilities shirt because everything is provided for us. When I left my apartment, I just went out bare naked. And so this shirt also belongs to the facility. So when I leave, I'll leave it here. The only thing that belongs to me are those Hawaiian shirts, which were given to me by the brother of one of the residents here. So that day I extended my to 8 hours. I think it was good. Today I went out to Sarge's room, which is around the corner, around around the hallway. Let's see, around 100 feet. I don't know. I can't calculate on feet. Okay, forget it. Next time I'll get a pedometer and I'll calculate it. But it took me around 5 minutes to go over there in my wheelchair, hanging onto the rails, to the side of the rails, on the wall, and with my hands, with my two hands, moving the chairs. But it's a bittersweet thing. A lot of times we might be in church, okay, and it's so good that we just don't want to leave. We just don't want to leave. The music is good. The preaching is good. We're among friends and family, except you, the Lord Jesus Christ, and you and your whole household will be saved. It's not in our time, but in His time. So you just don't want to leave, as opposed to other people. Some because we have to include everybody in there. Okay, I like to include everybody. There's people that as soon as they walk in, they're ready to walk out. They're not enjoying themselves. And when the service is over, they're glad they're out of there. Some people go as far as ripping off their tie and everything, and if that's some places like for the guys to wear ties. So, if you're enjoying yourself, you're at a place that you like and everything, it's good. Oh, my head itches. I use head and shoulders, but it's still. I better leave this head off for a little while. Maybe that's the cost of it. I got a brush. I could brush it off. So, you ever heard the phrase, "How time flies when you're having fun"? They put me in the chair on 10 o'clock, put me back out at 2, 10, 11, 12, 1, 4 hours. But it was a good, nice, 4 enjoyable hours. I was able to record something or whatever. I don't want to mix one thing with the other one, but there's a phrase, there's a song that says, if you're not with the one you love the one you're with. If you're in a congregation at church and you're not enjoying the moment because your football game, the Chargers versus the Raiders, what comes on at 1 o'clock, church is over 12:30, but you don't want to miss the kickoff or anything like that. If you're not in a place that you like, then learn to love it. If you have to be there, learn to love it. If you go to your work, learn to love it. We have to learn to how to love things that we don't like. We have to learn how to be at home. Have you noticed that you notice that? We have to learn to be at home where wherever we're at. Learn to love it. How time flies when I'm giving my thoughts to someone. This is Mangos y Cacahuates, better known as Palma, Brother Joseph Palma, Pastor at Large. Checking you in, checking you out. Arrivederci.